Want to talk about what. Hi, Grand Rising, everybody. So there was no meditation on Friday, because I was not recording. I was in a very vulnerable state. I wanted to talk about it now. I had two people who were not have a tie, but no relation to each other, who I have made boundaries with, come together, and it hurt my feelings really badly, right? Because I made it about me. My ego was like, this is about me. Christina, who is on the Zoom meditations, made a good point. And throughout the whole weekend, Christina, when I said this word, it lifted everything. So I started out Friday morning crying, bawling live on TikTok and Zoom. And I was totally okay with it. I don't push things down, I let it go through. See, shit's working through my throat chakra this morning. And when you tell the universe, when you tell God, your higher self, this is what I want to do. I want to be love. I want to transcend to this place of love. I want to be unbothered. I want to be completely peaceful. I want to be 1000% okay with my choices and my decisions and my boundaries, right? So when I made that choice, God gave me the opportunity to do it. The night that I found out what was going on, these two exact people, this one, I bought gifts for their child coming from my children. This one, I bought gifts from my children for their child because their child had been sick. And while I was buying gifts for these two people who I made boundaries, I don't want to be in their lives. I don't want to be in their lives. My children, I was trying to be kind and be loving, right? And then I found out some news about what was going on behind my back. Boy, did that hurt. So I had to make that choice. Am I good? I was experiencing exactly what I wanted to experience. I want to be love. I want to exude love. I want to be love. I just want love like oozing out of my pores. And Jesus has said to me so many times, well, then you need to love everyone, even people you don't like, and go figure it out. Like, why do I not like that person? What is going on? What is actually happening? What is the story I'm telling myself? And the word was attachments. I was attached to this story, to this story. I was attached to what I was telling myself, what was going on. I had too many attachments. So every time it kept coming into my, every time I would want to think about it, and every time it crept here, I was like, no, hurt people, and healed people heal people. And I am not going to go around hurting people because I'm not hurt anymore. I still get hurt. I still have things that I'm working through. But I wanted to choose love. And then the universe, God, gave me a very big opportunity to do so. And I'm so proud of myself because you have your triggers, you have your moments, but then you use your tools like meditating and choosing and words and thoughts. And then you transcend into that higher frequency where you start to let go slowly and surely of all those things. Right? That's how it gets into. So, with that being said, I'm going to take a sip of this and let's get into today's meditation. All right, guys. Palms down for grounding, palms up for receiving. And I also want to thank everyone on Zoom and TikTok who held space for me on Friday, because when I tell you, I could literally feel my heart get lighter and lighter and lighter. And even when I tried to cry later on, I couldn't. It wouldn't come out the way that it had at the beginning. And that was love. So thank you. Thank you. Let's go ahead and take that deep inhale. Coming down to have a human experience means forgetting everything. You got to learn it all over again. Every time you come into a new avatar, you got to learn how to walk, talk. You have to learn that boiling water is hot. Fire will burn you. The sun will warm you, but can also burn you. Roller skating, if you don't know how to do it, you'll fall. Swimming, if you don't know how to do it, you'll drown. Even experiences like walking into an ocean. If the water is cold, you've already learned from experience to walk in slowly. You start with your toes, feet, go up into your knees, maybe up to your thighs, and you adjust. Some like to just jump right in. Whichever way feels most comfortable for you, that's the way you're supposed to do it. If you don't like going in slowly, and your body can just jump in and balance, amazing. Some don't like that. Some walk in slowly because you know you don't like that cold. It's shocking. You know from your own personal experience which one you are going to choose. But so many other things in life, even though we know what we like, what we don't like, what we can handle, what we can't handle, we will still choose what we were programmed to do. You might jump in because somebody told you, that's the better way. Just do it. Just get it over with. Just jump in. And the opposite, take your time. Go slowly. It's okay. But jumping in is just easier. Listen to your soul. Listen to your body. Pay attention to the reactions you are having. Learn, once again, to listen to the cues. Start there if too much is overwhelming right now. Listen to your body. Listen to your cues. Following your own drumbeat is very important right now. The eclipse was not easy. There was a lot going on. There's a lot shedding. We are in the year of the snake. Now is time to let go of that programming and stories. We are learning. We've done all of this before. We're doing it now in other dimensions and other timelines. You're not just here, you're over there too. Listen to the cues. Listen to your body. Listen to your higher self. The answer will never be outside of you. The answer, the change, the peace, all that you desire, it is only going to come from within. Take a deep breath. Let's sit in our spaces for a minute. And if you're in a good space, go and stay here. If not, let's go ahead and bring our fingertips back. Awareness back to our fingertips. Let's bring our fingertips back. Hopefully, they did not leave. Let's go and bring our awareness back to our fingertips and our toes. And I was writing down the telepathy test and then forgot. So let me just write it down. Really quickly though, did anybody on Zoom or TikTok go dancing this weekend? Did anyone go dancing like tango dancing or line dancing or some kind of dancing with a partner? Nobody was dancing? Somebody was dancing, no?
I dance every Saturday night. It's ratty here, but I don't. I have a partner, but he didn't show up this week. Family fighting, I guess.
Yeah,
So
I saw dancing. Is there anything romantic going on with this partner?
he wants to, but I'm not so keen on it.
Okay. Yeah, I think he likes you because listen, I was sitting here when I was sitting in meditation. This is why I have to meditate like before I come on and then after. So because when I'm channeling and I'm meditating, things always come, there's a collective energy. So I was seeing as soon as I closed my eyes and went to that quiet space, I was hearing Ed Sheeran's I'm in love with the shape of you, push and pull on my body. Last night you were in my room and now my bed sheets smell like you. And I was like, oh my. I was like, okay, somebody's like lusting after someone. And then I was like, well, who is it? Like, what is it? And then they showed me dancing. It was dancing. You danced to that yesterday, Christina. Well, shit, maybe this message is for you. And then I saw um there was a guy and a girl dancing and the guy had the girl's hand and he was like pulling her out and pulling her in, so it was like partner dancing. That's what they were showing me. So I was like, who is partner dancing? And yeah, someone's lusting after somebody in that dancing, so one of you guys. Ratty.
Well, the funny thing about that story, Kim, is it's not troubling, but the thing is, he reminds me of my sister Debbie. Like he has a walker, and he's got some issues, and like like I get down on myself for like discriminating, but I'm like, I don't want a partner that's
You're
like
not
my sister.
discriminating. You've been caretaking for people. You don't want to caretake for your lover. There's nothing wrong with
Okay.
that.
Okay.
No, don't feel guilty about that. You're not being picky. That's what ego and that's what loneliness and that's what settling wants us to believe, right? You have been taking care of your mom, taking care of your sister. You meet a really great guy, but he has some things. And you think to yourself, you could make that choice, but you already know I'm resentful. So that's why the experience is, what are you telling yourself? I'm tired. I don't want to do that anymore. You're not judging. You think your experience. Somebody else who hasn't done that, that's their person. Don't feel bad for that at all. Mm-mm. Nope, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think he wants to touch you.
He does. He always talks about it. Well,
He always talks about it. Yeah, he definitely wants to touch you. I was like, oh my. Okay. Christina too. Christina
oh,
over
that's funny about the dog, right?
doesn't want to date anyone who has a dog because people bring their dogs everywhere. Not everybody. Not everybody takes their dogs everywhere. That's so funny. That's funny. All right, guys, let's go in the telepathy test. I have been sending the word out. I was sending it out this morning, sending it out. Yeah, so let's just get into it. I am going to give you a cue today. It's one of the elements, okay? So don't think too hard. We don't want to do that. Don't think too hard. I want you to, when you close your eyes and you go into the space, or you can stare at this card, whatever, intuition, the telepathy is me sending to you. You can close your eyes. I want you to just see white. Just see white at first. Clear your mind out. Blank, 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 blank. And then just let it slowly come in. Try that, okay? Instead of trying to see it right away, clear your mind out and then let it slowly come to you. Don't judge it, all right? Hold on 1 second. I'm going to just balance out everyone's third eye. Okay. What is on this piece of paper? What am I sending you? 3, 2, 1. Before I reveal it, if you guys could please put in the comments, what did you see? Which element? I'm gonna wait for a couple more answers. So I got to tell you guys something funny. I had something written down and something that I was saying. As soon as I said what I had written down like twice, another element popped in my head, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, why? Karina, I'm like, this, listen, the other meditation lead that leads on Tuesdays and Thursdays on Zoom. If you guys go to my website and you join, if you're a subscriber, you get me and you get things on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you go to the Zoom and you subscribe there, you get it Monday through Friday and you also get Karina. Karina and I are like this. So let me tell you, okay, are any more answers coming in? Anybody here? Okay, Rose, guess what, Rose? Water. Water. So the reason I'm laughing, the winds that got fire, hold on. So if you heard fire, we had somebody, so on Zoom, first answer was fire. Marianne, fire, then water. Amanda saw air, fireball, rainwater, then sun. The reason Karina, and then metal. So when I was sitting here, I was like, water, 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 fire, water. And I was like, in my head, I was like, what? I was like, no water. And I was like, why would you say fire? But my head, my higher self was like, fire. And I was like, no, water, water. We're doing water. Get out of here with your fire. And then it's so funny because like fire puts out water. So I was sitting here like water, water, fire, water, water, water. And I'm like, no. So I'm cracking up because two people, fire then water. So Marianne said fire then water. And then Ratty saw fireball. And then Karina, the reason I'm laughing with Karina, the other leads, because she said rainwater, then sun, and the sun is hot, right? So for like, I had that flash of fire and then back to water. So I'm like, what was that all about? That was interesting. So I'm laughing because the first answer on TikTok was water. The first answer on Zoom was fire. So that's why I was like, okay, I don't want to say anything yet because you weren't wrong because I did say fire. And I was like, where did that come from? But all right, guys. Zoomers, once again, thank you so much. I love you all. I will see you guys mañana. Bye, guys. I have to stay on TikTok for a few more minutes to make my requirements. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. Thanks again for Friday. I had a great weekend. It made me feel good. Kayla, thank you for all your help with the store. I'm almost out of there. I love you
You
guys.
look beautiful, Kim. Sorry to interrupt, but
Oh, don't interrupt.
you just look so beautiful and so peaceful now, and it's just heartwarming and
Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah, and
Right.
that's why I let myself cry and just let it go because
Mm-hmm.
it was so, I mean, you guys saw me. I was crying so hard. I was so hurt. And then I could literally feel it lifting off of my heart because I could feel the love that you
Mm.
guys were sending me. And then when I came out of that moment, like I said, I practice what I preach. I mean what I say when I say we write our realities. I am in control of my story. I get to tell myself what is happening. I see what's happening. I have boundaries. I know who I am. I'm vibrating up here. They're vibrating down here. Your vibe attracts your tribe. If you're an
Mm.
asshole and she's an asshole, those assholes are going to come together. And I am sorry. That is the part of me that's still healing because they're not assholes at all. That's just my perception of them. So I get to write my
Mm.
story. What is actually happening here? I have too many attachments, like calling them those names. That's such a brat. You're mean. You're an asshole. That's my inner child talking when I talk like that. It is. That's my inner child. That's the 4-year-old in me. They're assholes. The 48-year-old in me, through experience, through getting burned, through jumping in cold water, has learned, I'm still attached to that story I was telling myself. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. And then that's why that happened because I was attached to the stories I was telling myself. So, Christina, when you said that word, because like I said, it had come into my field about attachments. I literally done a joke. Last Sunday's joke of the day was about attachments. And then I was like transcending into love on Friday. And the same day that I bought gifts for the two people that were behind my back doing this other stuff, I said, oh, what am I experiencing? Why am I crying? Why do my feelings hurt? What am I telling myself? What's actually going on? Oh my God, I chose love. And then those two people did this, and my ego is telling me to hate them. But my higher self said that I chose love, remember? So then God in the universe gave me this nice little package, all wrapped up in what looked like deceit and lies and hurt. It looked like that, right? And they handed it to me and they said, here you go, Kim. You said you wanted to choose love. You said you wanted to be this bright, shining soul. Here's an opportunity to do so. And then they watch. And then they watch. Hi, nobody can interrupt. Nobody can interfere. I'm the one that has to be like, okay, all right. I see what's happening. I get to choose. I am not going to give my power away. I'm simply opening my hands up to receive what I want. And that's love. And I'm going to give it to myself. And I didn't do what everyone thought I was gonna do and freak out. And if you know what movie that's from, you get a bonus. I chose love. I chose peace. And it was so crazy because unbeknownst to me, a photo shoot had been scheduled for the very next day. And I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome. So instead of like being all up in my feelings the next day, I got to be at a photo shoot. And I was like, got to remember, like, I did this. I created this life of joy and happiness and awesome sauce. And I can choose to let other people and they don't take that from me. I can choose to give my power away and tell myself all this stuff is going on in my life, or I can choose to remember who the fuck I am, what I do, how I do it, and step back into my badass motherfucking ethereal heels because I can't wear heel. Well, I probably can, but I don't wear heels in real life anymore because I like my face and I don't want to fall on it. But in that world, I'm rocking some 5-inch Louboutins and killing it. Okay. So that's why we meditate. That's why we have experiences that help us recognize and acknowledge, okay, okay, all right, okay. This is what's going on. That's this. This is this. That's this. I'm choosing this. I'm writing it this way. And I keep going on and being my merry self. Hi, Jenny. Jenny, I was talking about you the other day. Guys, I don't know if you know this. Water. Yes, water. Jill got water. Jill, you've been killing it on the intuition test. So Jen is on TikTok and her name is Jen Nee, Knee. And I was like, "Oh, that's a cute like handle you have." And she's like, "No, that's my name, Jenny, because her mom has a really good sense of humor." And she said that she was and then she was in birth given name. Birth they blocked your comment. That's not a bad comment. Birth given name is Jenny. She goes, "Yeah, the Forrest Gump came out when she was in school." She was like, "That was fun." And it made me laugh because when I was pregnant with my son, I wanted to name him Felicia so that every time he acted like, if he got out of control, was acting crazy, I could be like, bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. But Todd, my husband, said, absolutely fucking not. But how funny would that have been? I literally, and I was dead fucking serious, wanted to name my son, and he came out a boy, so I couldn't. But I wanted to name him Felicia. So I could be like, bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. So if anybody is pregnant with a girl, name her Felicia. It's a beautiful name. It really is. Bye, Felicia. And then you don't have to yell at her. I'm so funny. All right, guys. I love you. I will see you Tuesday. Bye, guys.